permits reveal that the next Epic Universe expansion is now officially underway. Hello everybody, welcome. We now have confirmation on the first new attractions coming to Epic Universe for what looks like two distinctly different areas of the park. We've got a mysterious new permit that has dropped for Epic Universe, and it already appears to have some wild controversy surrounding it. This brand new permit refers to an attraction with a new project number and location from previous permits. But before we get into that new permit, we've got to talk about another permit, which we've known about for quite some time because it has ramifications for this new one. We previously reported out in another video about the expansion that's coming to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic at Epic Universe, and how the latest permits revealed that the location was a 150,000 square foot building that was in fact for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This was Project 905 tied to the Wizarding World. That is the code number that was used for Wizarding World Ministry of Magic back when Epic Universe was first being built. And the project specifically is Project P907, which refers to this exact expansion. And we talked about how that permit reveals this massive structure, 150,000 square feet. And when you compare that to the Battle with the Ministry attraction that's already there, it is roughly the same size. You can see that here in blue. This reveals that particular location. We all know that the Wizarding World Ministry of Magic needs another attraction. That Battle with the Ministry ride has long wait times, and there was always supposed to be a second attraction in that area, along with Les Cirques Arcanu, the show. This is the only land in all of Epic Universe that only has one attraction. So that second attraction was supposed to be built, and it got put on hold. It got canceled. I've talked about this before. They built the whole facade there over to the right side of Ministry of Magic. There's a huge location that's been cleared out there. Current speculation, this could be some sort of broomstick-like attraction, not the VR version that was originally slated that got kind of killed. Could have something to do with flying around doing Quidditch, or maybe some Great Hall scenes, because they haven't really done a lot of that in any of the existing attractions. Other various scenes could be Fantastic Beasts related. That's the biggest question that we have about that is, are they going to bring the Fantastic Beasts back in to the Ministry of Magic? Because a lot of the things that are in there, Battle with the Ministry is obviously wholly the original trilogy series, not the Fantastic Beasts. And there is potentially something that could bring Fantastic Beasts back into the world there so that it doesn't feel like they're giving up on Fantastic Beasts in the Ministry of Magic. And that would be some sort of Quidditch opportunity, potentially even like the World Cup of Quidditch event. Could be a really awesome way to bridge the gap between the Fantastic Beasts series and the Harry Potter series. Also could be a potential way to bridge the Paris and Britain sort of UK locations. If you think about flying between the two, or using some sort of port key to jump between the two like they do in the movies to get to basically the Quidditch World Cup events. And this would allow them to create new storylines that would still feel familiar to fans of Harry Potter and fans of Fantastic Beasts alike. Of course, there is also another speculation that that huge attraction could end up being some sort of Thestral drawn carriage attraction. The Thestrals and the carriage are used in both the series Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter. Magical creatures is obviously a big theme in the Ministry of Magic area there at Epic Universe. So some sort of Thestral carriage attraction would probably make a lot more sense than a broomstick attraction if they went that way. It will probably be able to get a lot more people through it faster. It also does a better job of sort of bridging the gap between Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter. So we'll see. But now we have another new permit for a future attraction. And this is codenamed P680. This was filed on March 23rd of this year, and it specifically calls out early work purposes of a future attraction. Usually these permits don't speak specifically about an attraction. They talk about foundation work or site work in general. They don't mention the word attraction. It's very interesting that this particular permit says attraction. However, something really interesting to note is this permit has now since been removed from the website. It's been taken down. Now, these permits do get updated over time. They'll change language in them, but rarely do they get removed entirely. So it's really interesting that now that the internet sleuths have sort of like cracked down on this permit, they've speculated about it, they've talked a lot, they sort of cracked some of the code here, and it shows maybe this is a new attraction in a new location with a new project name. They've now taken it down. I don't know why they took it down. Is there an error in there? Is it they were really trying to hide something? They're concerned that people are already going to know about it. It's really odd that they've removed it. So we'll see what ends up popping back in there once it gets loaded back in. But since this is a different project number, Project 680, instead of the other project numbers like P905 and P987, which were specifically for the Ministry of Magic and the new Harry Potter ride that's going to be coming in that area, because we have a new project number, this does seem to allude to the fact that this is a different project altogether, and it is going to be in a different location. Now, it could still be related to the Harry Potter expansion, just happens to have this particular project number now, but it would be a little bit odd to use a completely different project number if it was related to that same project. So we're speculating that this is a different location in a different attraction that they've kind of accidentally let out of the bag a little too early. After all, Universal continues to say that they are investing in the original Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure parks and not really aggressively expanding Epic Universe, that they're working on stability, capacity, improved experience at Epic Universe, driving wait times down, instead of like expanding to new attractions. But we do know they are looking to grow their entire footprint, which does include Epic Universe. I'm just a little bit surprised that it's sort of coming out with the new Harry Potter attraction and now a new second attraction possibly so fast, given that there are so many more things that still need to be done in the other two parks. So it could be related to the Wizarding World, but it also could very well be something to do with Super Nintendo World. If we look back at the history of the usage of the 600 series in project numbers in their permits, way back when Epic Universe was first starting to be built, yes, it's been used for things like hotels and different attractions, but one specifically 600 series project number was used for the now canceled Zelda project, and that was Project 675. So this is Project 680, really close to that 675 canceled Zelda project, which could very well tell us that this is the beginnings of a new Zelda attraction, not necessarily a Zelda Land for Super Nintendo World expansion. So you may be asking, why Zelda in Super Nintendo World versus Zelda being a replacement for the Lost Continent, for example, in Islands of Adventure? We've done previous videos about Islands of Adventure and the Lost Continent reimagining and the permits that are taking place there, and we've been reporting that it looks like Pokemon is now slated for that area. Pokemon originally was slated for the Simpsons area, allegedly, but the expansion of the Simpsons contract to last a little bit longer and the Lost Continent badly needing an update, they've decided now maybe to move Pokemon over into Lost Continent instead of Zelda, which is what we were thinking originally was going to go in for Lost Continent. And the speculation there is because they weren't quite ready for a large Zelda expansion. They weren't quite ready for new attractions and things to go over into Lost Continent, and they had to get moving ASAP because that land is completely empty right now and they need something right in the pocket that they can go to. We already know they're doing Pokemon attractions over in the other parks across the seas, which they have allegedly an agreement that says they won't bring anything into the States that they haven't already created over in Universal Japan. We know they're doing some Pokemon stuff over there, which allows them to do Pokemon stuff here. So now the next thing on the agenda is Zelda. So could we be seeing a Zelda attraction over in US Japan so that we can now get it here in the States as well? I think bringing together a smaller Zelda attraction is going to be a lot easier to get going than an entire Zelda land. So it's very possible, because we reported out on this not too long ago, that a Zelda Land might no longer be in the cards and they may just be looking at a specific Zelda attraction. Now, of course, they could do something similar to the Donkey Kong area where Minecart Madness is, kind of a mini land, if you will, within Super Nintendo World that doesn't have a lot of stuff there, just has the one attraction and a meet and greet and a couple of like dining sort of locations like quick booths. They could do something similar for Zelda and have maybe one Zelda attraction there, and that could be what this permit is referring to. The other speculation is could be something in Dark Universe. I'm just not sure though, because if you think about all the different lands, Super Nintendo World and Ministry of Magic, those are the two biggest that need capacity improvements. The Ministry of Magic speaks for itself. It needs a second attraction there. Super Nintendo World badly needs an expansion as well because it is so crowded and popular. That area is insane. Trying to get anything done in that area. Minecart Madness, huge wait times. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, huge wait times. We even saw an hour-long wait time for Yoshi's Adventure. What? That's not worth a 5-minute wait. An hour wait? That's crazy to me. The food lines are long. The meet and greets, forget about it. You're probably never going to get to meet any of your Nintendo friends. So they really need to expand that area and add more. So I'm thinking probably a Zelda attraction that could be coming as part of Super Nintendo World. That could be this permit. So that's all I've got. Those 2 big permits, Wizarding World expansion, and it looks like a second one here coming soon. Again, we'll find out more once they start to hopefully release these permits back. I don't know why they removed it. Hopefully it gets back out there soon, and they'll start adding more permits around this particular location and this particular project where we get a little bit more teaser details about what maybe is around it, so we can speculate more on what the actual attraction is going to be. But it does look like Epic Universe, despite all their claims to the contrary, it looks like they're going to continue to keep expanding somewhat aggressively in that park, and I'm here for it because I want to go to Epic Universe and I need an annual pass. But in order for annual passes to get out there, they're going to have to figure out the capacity problem. So anyhow, that's all I've got for you. Thanks again so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. What do you think it is? Why did they pull that permit down? Love to hear from you. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe this content. Thanks so much for watching. Till I see you next time, the noble way is the easy way. Bye-bye, everybody.